Hi folks, today I want you to play what I call You Be the Judge. And the issue is whether or not a bumblebee is a kind of fish or a kind of crustacean. Now you're probably thinking it's a screwy, stupid question. Actually, it's not, and it was a case that went to court in California where the California judges had to decide, is a bee a kind of fish or crustacean, or is it, as most of us think, an insect? So what happened? First thing that happened is that you had groups in California, agricultural groups that, they do what agricultural folks do. Farmers and stuff, they spray for insects to protect their grapes or pumpkins or whatever they're growing. And unfortunately, when you use an insecticide, insects, which would include, for most of us, bumblebees, get killed. Well, as you may know, bumblebees are endangered, and so the law that they had in California didn't cover that. What the law said is, hey, we've written a law, it's the California Endangered Species Act, and that law protects fish and crustaceans. Now, for most of us, a crustacean is something like a lobster or a crab, but, go out for crab legs or, a lobster dinner, and that's what it is. But the California courts have been pretty fluid in how they interpret things, and previously they said, well, a snail's protected under this act, and so the agricultural groups, the farmers, were kind of worried that the California courts were going to do something crazy, so they went to court and said, hey courts, could you please say that a bumblebee's, it's just an insect that's not protected under the act that says fish and crustaceans? And you would think that would be an easy win, you would think. But there were other groups that wanted to protect the bumblebees, and so they went to court too, and they said, nah, a bumblebee, it's protected, because the act says fish and crustaceans, and a bumblebee, well, it's a kind of crustacean. Well, of course, they ignored the fact that science says that crustaceans don't have wings, like, bumblebees. And so they, but that's what they argued. And, they said, well, it's, both are spineless, like politicians, I suppose. So who do you think won? You be the judge. What's, is a bee is it a kind of crustacean, or is it an insect like science says? What do you think? Well, here's what the court said. The court said, nah, a bee, it's a kind of crustacean. Now, the court knew exactly what it was doing. They knew that they were creating what's lawyers call a legal fiction, and normal people call a lie. In other words, the court said, well, we really want these bumblebees to be protected, and although, bumblebee's not really a crustacean, we're going to say it is so that we can give the protection of the law to it. When people get angry and pound their tables and say activist judges, this is what they're talking about. But that's what happened in this case. What do you think? Put your comments below. By the way, if you're in some sort of a legal jam, particularly here in North Alabama where I practice, just give us a call. The phone number's below. I'm attorney Andy Segal. If you want to be nice to us, if you give us the thumbs up, thanks for watching, and subscribe and do all of those good things. Thanks again.